Horror Podcast. I'm Todd, joined by the lovely, the talented, the beautiful, as always. It's my wife, Becca.
Hi.
Hello. And we're going to watch every horror movie together. So, of course, we had to go out and see Gay It Follows this past weekend. Of course, that's Leviticus from 2026, directed by Adrian, is it
Chiarella.
Directed by Adrian Chiarella. It's funny because when we saw the trailer for this a little while ago, the trailer very much felt like, oh, I guess this is like It Follows, but it's about like gay conversion therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And watching the movie, it's like, yeah, it's literally It Follows. Like, it's kind of crazy how similar it is. Not that that's a bad thing.
No, we love It Follows.
We all love It Follows. And I think the movie has like its own voice.
It definitely does.
It really has its own thing to say and everything.
And the way the monster's presented is different than in It Follows.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. But it's a different concept.
Well, we'll just say, so I don't think this is worth treating like a spoiler. But the movie is about like, it's these two characters. We got Joe Bird, who is in Talk to Me. Did you recognize him?
I think I didn't catch on until later, but yeah.
Well, I think there was also someone in the theater behind us that was very loudly like, it's the kid from Talk to Me.
I didn't hear that. Must have been blocked out by the farter.
Yeah. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, all right? We'll get to all that.
But the farter is not a spoiler.
But it's also got Stacey Clausen, who I don't think I can remember seeing in anything. But they're basically the two male leads in this movie that's in like this kind of industrial small town. And these guys maybe are very quickly discovering a little forbidden romance between the two of them. The movie kind of opens right away with that stuff, which was nice that we like got right into it. Mm. And of course, in a small town like this, it's maybe not super accepted by the community. So the story revolves around bringing in the church to try and quote unquote cure this. You know, that's where the like conversion therapy comes in. And maybe they kind of bite off more than they can chew by summoning an evil It Follows entity, which like this is the part that I don't think is worth treating as a spoiler. It's meant to be like it looks like the person that you desire the most, but no one else can see it. So It Follows, except instead of it being like a random person, it's a very specific person that you're seeing.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny because I did read a little bit of an interview with the director. I was just curious. He had a lot of interesting things to say about the production of this and the idea and everything, but I did notice he didn't mention It Follows once, and it's kind of like, come on, man. Like, we know that was an inspiration.
It did feel very inspired, which is there's nothing wrong with that.
No. Because, in this house, I love the high concept monsters. I think that's what I'm settling on as like my term for that. Because I've said that before, that I love the monster movies where there are like weird rules around the monster. I really feel like It Follows kind of kicked off this new era of monster movie. I don't want to call it like elevated monster movies. No, it's high concept monsters. And it's funny because he had something to say in that interview that I thought was very interesting because I'd never thought of it this way. You got all these people online who complain about how like every horror movie now is about like grief or trauma or some other idea. Like, oh, I want the old days when it was just about monsters and that's it.
I mean, those were also grief and trauma.
Well, that was what the director said, is that like maybe part of growing up is realizing they always represented something. It's just when you're a kid, you didn't understand that.
Exactly.
It's like, it's very interesting to me because I run into it a lot, like people who complain about movies not being the same now. They're not as scary. They're not as simple. And it's like you are going by your childhood memories of horror. And I think a lot of big horror fans, that's how you start.
Yeah.
You watch something when you're too young, you get scarred by it. But then you love that so much that you keep chasing it. And we have to realize, you grow up at a certain point and you're just looking at the world in a different way.
Yeah. Your frontal lobe develops and now you have all this context.
Well, I don't know if they all have the frontal lobe, but it's like, yeah, that's kind of something that he mentioned. Maybe they've always been about grief and trauma. And of course, Leviticus, this is the part of the Bible that's like, thou shalt not lie with a man like a woman, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Who cares? That's
I do want to say, which is a mistranslation. That translation didn't come until, not to get into Bible history here, it really is talking about pedophiles, which really puts a lot of things into perspective, doesn't it?
Oh, that's
but we're
nice.
not having that conversation.
I mean, look, we're not going to go deep into the Bible or anything now. It is interesting that, yeah, a lot of that kind of stuff also is written later. It's almost like culturally people came up with different ideas of stuff they don't like and just added it like, yeah, don't do this either.
Yeah.
When we got into the theater, I was a little worried that maybe people were getting the wrong idea of this.
Yeah.
Because we were sitting. Got that too. Yeah. We had the farter behind you. I don't think that had anything to do with this. But
no.
You definitely farted loudly more than once during the movie. Look, I got Crohn's. I could fucking, sometimes you just gotta let her rip.
It was just funny.
But we also had some people sitting next to us that, I mean, as soon as I saw them, I was like, I don't know if they know what they're about to watch.
And they didn't.
They were, yeah. They were like older, and immediately in the beginning, every time that the boys were kissing, they were like, oh, like just loudly making noises. And I was like, brother, you got a long movie ahead of you. I hope you're ready to watch more boys kiss, because I don't think this is the last. They did kind of, it felt like they got used to it eventually.
I didn't really hear much after that.
I'm so curious what their takeaway was. I wish there'd be a way to ask them without being a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
Because they seemed kind of into it by the end.
Oh, yeah. It seemed like they enjoyed it, which is good.
Yeah. I feel like there were some times where bad things happened to the lead boys and they sounded kind of like upset about it. They seemed to be empathetically involved in the movie. It did make me wonder, because the way the story is told, even though there's like a very clear subtext to me, that was one of the things the director said, was he kind of made it this way deliberately, like to make it so that the themes are very broad, so there's no like clear one way to interpret the movie. And I feel like kind of conflicted about that.
Okay. Well, that's interesting you say that, because I did read that there was an opening scene where they explained the Leviticus Bible verse. Like they talked about it, and ultimately they decided to cut it, which I think was kind of a good decision. But
it seems unnecessary.
Yeah.
I guess the reason I'm conflicted is because to me, like a lot of the themes, a lot of the ideas, which are very strong, like, to me, that was actually the strongest part of the movie. Like that and the lead characters, who had a fantastic relationship.
Yeah.
Those actors, like, they really carried the movie. And I read that they did a lot of like improvisational stuff.
Oh, that's really
around
cool.
That, which that works, because it felt supernatural.
It did.
No,
Ooh, actually,
it felt very natural. Yes. I guess the issue though is there is another interpretation that is kind of like, well, if you do gay shit, you're going to get attacked by a demon. And I think there are some people who that might be their takeaway, that it might like reaffirm their own beliefs, you know?
I think you'd have to really be lacking in media literacy to walk away with that point of view.
You say that like it's not already happening. Yeah, I think you're a little too optimistic about the average moviegoer.
Look, I've seen the internet. I don't need to go there.
Yeah, I guess it really just comes down to how much empathy you have for the main characters, because it is kind of hard to hold on to that idea by the end without a little bit of empathy, because it did kind of start to feel like, hey, maybe these people deserve to be happy. Maybe they don't deserve to be going through this.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that it was like inflicted by the community on them, not because they specifically did anything wrong. But
no, because they were kissing before and it was fine.
I know. There's no problem until their parents got in their business.
Yeah, fucking church.
Look, we'll talk about that more later. I feel like we're starting to go a little too far. But I'll say overall, I enjoyed this a lot.
I did too.
As a high concept monster movie, it's I actually feel like that might be the weakest part, because it is kind of like, yeah, this has been done before. I think it still manages to have some pretty good scares. It had a jump scare that made you angry.
Yes.
At one point, I was so confused. Because I looked at you because you jumped hard as shit and you just looked pissed.
Well, I was pissed because you didn't scare me because of the content in the movie. You scared me because it was loud noise. Like you activated like my PTSD and that pissed me off.
That jump scare got you so hard that when the scene transitioned to daylight, you jumped again.
I know. I was triggered.
Yeah, that part of it, it's not like it's bad. It's just not the standout. The standout really to me is the themes and the characters. And I think that it's worth showing up just for that part.
Yeah.
The fact it's also a monster movie, just a bonus. It's great. So you think you'd recommend it?
Oh, yeah. I definitely would recommend it. I think it was great.
Recommend it to anyone who likes high concept monster movies. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Look, it's fucking Pride Month. Get out there and support these movies.
I feel like this movie is another like almost cornerstone in queer film right now, because I feel like I Saw the TV Glow is like that same kind of thing, like witnessing it just to witness and be immersed in a queer experience in horror. Mm-hmm. And I think this did a really good job of having care with the queer experience, but also making a really good horror movie.
Totally. So as far as the content warning though, it's the themes that deliver the biggest content warning, I think. Aside from like that one jump scare that really fucked you up, it's not like a jump scare heavy movie. The violence isn't like grotesque or especially gory. It's more that it feels like abuse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's heavier in that kind of way.
Yeah, it's definitely a heavy metaphor for gay conversion therapy, which if that's something that you've experienced, first of all, I'm very sorry. That's extremely fucked up. If you're maybe not ready to watch a movie about this, that is the whole movie is very heavy on that.
That is really the big horror angle. And those elements of the story just really feel like, yeah, we are seeing the real emotional effect and societal effect of gay conversion therapy in like this horrific way.
Yeah.
And I guess if you groan every time you see boys kissing, be aware there's a lot of boys kissing.
Yeah. Well, even more. So if you can't even handle kissing, then you're not gonna... Yeah.
We started getting kind of close to heated rivalry there. Yeah,
this is heated Biblery.
That's so dumb. That's going to be the title of that fucking episode. All right, but why don't we, let's get into spoilers so we can really talk about it.
Okay.
If I had to name like one big complaint about this movie, it was the way that it handles exposition. I feel like it's the exposition of necessary evil because we have to have a way to explain the rules and everything. Mm-hmm. But it did feel a little ham-fisted, and it took me out of the environment in the movie.
Okay.
Because the world they create is so interesting. It feels so like lived in. And when they step outside of it, it really does feel like I could feel the writers being like, well, we have to figure out a way to tell these kids what's going on.
Yeah.
Because remember in It Follows, it was like the way they handled it there is they have the character in the beginning who kind of starts the spread of the It Follows.
Right.
So he's able to like tell you, all right, these are the rules, see you later. So this time it's that like random opening scene at the pool with the girl who gets killed by this thing. Mm-hmm. It was kind of effective because in the moment I had no idea what was going on because it seems like she's talking to nobody before being brutally murdered. But it's later on when they like, it's like very suddenly they're like trying to figure out like, they hear like a story about, oh, this girl in this other town was dealing with this thing and, oh, her girlfriend's still alive. So they're able to be like, all right, that's an hour away. Let's go. And it's just like this very quick, like hop over there, talk to her, get the rules, come back, continue the movie. I wish there was a better way to do that.
I guess so. That didn't bother me as much.
It's not a big deal. It just felt like very obvious. But the rules that we get are, so we have this weird ass priest who goes around doing these kind of gay exorcisms.
Mm-hmm.
And what it actually does is it seems to attach a demon or some kind of demonic entity onto these poor fucking children.
Yeah.
And then, the idea is anytime you're alone, you see the person that you desire the most. And if you give in to that desire, it beats the living shit out of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty terrifying idea. It's obvious how it plays into, gay conversion therapy, and how like there's a line in the movie where they say like they want us to be afraid.
Yeah.
And it's the idea of how that can make you feel completely isolated and afraid all the time. And that's by design.
I wrote that down too, that they want us to be scared of each other. Yeah. And I thought that came through really strong.
That's the fucked up thing about it. I can't even imagine if I was outside in the garden and I just see you like, hey, how's it going? Come here, give me a kiss. And then as soon as I do that, you just fucking strangle me.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
It's, it's very terrifying. It made me wonder because the thing was super fucking aggressive. Is it meant to like instantly kill you as soon as you give in?
I don't know. I didn't really think about that. But I think it's supposed to be like beating the desire out of you.
Beating the gay out of you.
Yeah. I don't like that.
It's scary. I think like the most effective one was when he was home by himself. What was his name?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's so fucking awkward. Yeah, when Name is home by himself, they're at a certain point it started to be like, brother, like I know you love this dude, but you can't be naive.
Well,
this is the monster.
Oh, well, I do think they had the character in a peculiar situation. Like, he's new to town. He doesn't have many friends. And his one friend that he really loves, like, he really loves.
I know.
And that's kind of adds to the vulnerability of his character.
I'm being an armchair movie watcher. Don't mean to do that. And it does a great job of showing how, like, the more you're around this person, the more it's able to, like, learn their mannerisms and all this shit. So he's saying like very personal stuff to get to him. That's what makes it so scary when he reaches through the fucking screen door, like scrapes his arm up. That was
crazy.
That was cool.
I could feel it coming, but that was still really
that's what I'm saying. The whole time you're like, brother, it's the monster. Anyway, that's that's important to the movie. And it's funny because I almost feel like it doesn't do enough with that weird trust that comes from it. I guess it's just not important to the themes, but like it does feel like it would set up a lot of situations where they're not trusting each other, they're afraid of each other. It seems like their love for each other is so fucking pure that it's almost like they just want to be close and be together.
I think it was interesting how they made a character that was like morally gray because the way that he like told on the guy. Yeah, I mean, he did kind of kick the whole thing off without realizing it. Yeah. But that's what was extra fucked up was when you find out the parents kind of knew what they were signing up for. Like, remember that? He starts trying to explain what's going on to his mom. By the way, a lot of shitty adults in this movie. So many shitty adults. But I guess it kind of makes sense because remember when he's trying to keep her from leaving the house? Yeah. And she's just like completely dismissing him. Maybe that's the idea that she knows. Yeah. She knows this creature's there. And she's just like, you're going to have to fucking deal with it. Yeah, it's fucked up. It's ice cold. But that's what plays into, like, the whole setting is really effectively done. I have no idea where this took place. Because I am a stupid American. It's Australia? Yeah. I thought it was in, like, England. No, I think it was Australia.
I don't know shit about the rest of the world. It's a really good setting, though, because, it just feels so bleak and depressing. And I read, the director said that was a big part of the whole concept of the movie. It's meant to be this, like, old, dying industrial town. And it's meant to really evoke the idea that...
It's systemic.
Yeah, well, that's the funny thing is my takeaway was like, this is what capitalism looks like. And you're not allowed to love each other and get close because that gets in the way of profits, baby. Yeah. Because it's a town full of people that just work and do nothing else, basically.
And go to church.
Yes.
That's it.
And that's the thing is, like, I think what he was trying to evoke there was this idea that maybe this is all man-made. Maybe we are creating these rules for ourselves for no reason.
I think that's what made the ending so much more special, not to jump ahead.
Yeah.
But the way that they're just like laying on each other and like the sun is shining on them. And then it was just such a good ending. It was like the way that they beat it was just being themselves. And I think that that's a wonderful message.
I guess it's up for interpretation whether
to me, they
beat it or not. It is a very hopeful ending. And I'm happy that it ended that way instead of just being like, and they both died because they can't be together anymore. The end. No, it's the idea that even in the face of all this, they're like, well, fuck it. We're not going to let this run our lives.
Because it can't get them if they're together, right? You have to be alone.
Yeah, I guess they have to be within eyesight of each other 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
They don't feel afraid, even though for the rest of their life, they are going to have to be looking over their shoulders.
Yeah, well, that's a reality too.
Exactly. Maybe that is part of the idea, and that trauma is something you can't just get away from, but doesn't mean you stop living your life.
Yeah.
It's good. I like it.
Yeah, I liked it too.
This marks the end of Pride Month.
Is this going to be released during Pride Month?
No.
No. Oh, okay. Because July is Pride Month anyway, because it's my birthday, so.
Yeah, I guess we can mention this is, I think this is getting released first week of July. We should have a calendar up if anyone's interested, but this is Becca's birthday month, which means we're watching Forbidden Fruits for your birthday episode. We're also re-uploading The Hamiltons onto YouTube, since that's your favorite movie.
Everyone keeps telling me it's my favorite movie. Okay.
It's the movie that I heard about the most when we first started dating. And for spoiler-free speed run, it's going to be all Becca's birthday picks. We got to talk about that too, because you're going to pick out the game, whatever you want to do.
Oh, yeah. We'll figure it out.
Whatever game you want to play, I'm in.
Okay.
It's your birthday.
Okay.
But I don't got anything else for this one.
Me either. I don't think so.
So, you can go to ghostbeast.com for all our links. You can also search for Ghost Beast Pod. You can follow Lux Fatale. Check out Becca's artwork, including the stuff she designed for our merch, if you want to support us. Special thanks to the FUs for providing all our music. You can check him out at thef-usc.com. And you can follow Ghost Beast on Letterboxd, where we rank everything we cover. Got a good spot.
Okay.
Right next to another hot concept monster movie. I put it above Cuckoo and below No One Will Save You.
I think that's a good spot. Yeah.
Sounds good. Puts it number 59 on our list. You can also contact us at podcast@ghostbeast.com. Let's hear some recommendations for Becca.
For me?
Yes. She loves classic movies. She loves gay movies. How would you describe your movie taste?
Oh, I don't know. It's kind of all over the place.
Uh-huh.
I like strong female leads. I really like vintage horror a lot, but you kind of miss out some of the... I don't know how to explain it. I like witchy stuff a lot.
Yup. You love your colorful aesthetics.
Yes. Something like Suspiria. Yeah, I love stuff like that.
That's why we're watching Forbidden Fruits, even though I've heard a lot of people don't like it.
Oh.
We're going to find out.
Okay, we'll see. Sometimes people are wrong.
That happens a lot, turns out. Bye.